pray to you before. I have no tongue for it. No one, not even I, believed that I'd reach 500 subscribers on YouTube. Why I created videos, why people listened. All that matters is that me of 500 stood against many. That's what's important. Valor pleases you, Chrom. So grant me one request. Grab my sub's glory. And if you do not listen, then to hell with you.
So, have you ever asked the question, can you name a single video game song that encapsulates everything that gaming is at its core? It's certainly something that I've always thought about. If I was going to sell gaming to someone who had never played a single video game before in their lives, and I had to do that by playing a single solitary song from a single game, what song would it be? It's actually quite a tough question to ask, I feel, and even harder to think of a single song that you believe encompasses what gaming is, because ultimately gaming has many vibes and can feel very unique to each individual and how they perceive what gaming is at its core, and that can also be heavily influenced by the era in which a person started gaming, or the era that affected them the most, or of course calls on the most nostalgia. So I thought it would be fun and interesting to try and think of a single song that I feel encapsulates the very essence of gaming, or at least what I personally perceive to be the essence of gaming. And of course, it would be great to hear your own thoughts on this. But there's only 2 rules for your choice in the comment section if you're going to comment. The first, I don't mind you listing multiple selections. You'll actually look forward to that. But ultimately, you must choose one song as your final choice for what you perceive to be gaming in music form. And second, the song must be in the game itself, so no additional extra orchestrated versions or anything like that which aren't actually in the game. So yeah, just try to remember this song must appeal to as wide a demographic as possible, something which you feel could be pleasant to hear by as many people as possible, whilst also stressing this is video gaming in a single song form. So I'll go through some of my picks and finish off on what I consider to be number 1. But please, watch the whole video, as I'll also give reasons why I feel many other choices don't quite make it. So, let's get into this. The Super Mario Bros. Theme is arguably the most well-known video game song ever created, and obvious as a choice this might seem, for me it doesn't quite do enough to pull someone into gaming who has never touched gaming before. I mean, for us it's catchy, memorable, but now in terms of modern standards it's not exactly engrossing, and also sounds a bit too 8-bit and a bit too video gamey, I feel. How about something more orchestral and Japanese, considering Japan has had such a major influence on gaming. I consider Beyond the Bounds to be one of the best opening themes to a game ever. Beyond the Bounds is from Zone of the Enders, the second runner on the PlayStation 2. But perhaps to someone new, this would be a bit too obscure, especially when the Japanese vocals kick in. I personally think it's an amazing track, but will completely understand how this would not exactly appeal to everyone. But for me, it's still an incredible track that reaches a level of video gamey awesomeness, but isn't quite video gamey enough, and also very Japanese. If we bounce to the 16-bit era at its heights, The one track that comes to mind is Sticker Brush Symphony. It's actually quite calming and somewhat otherworldly, and certainly has a great video game tone to it and could be appreciated by many people, I feel. But I still think it borderlines on sounding too video gamey, which might put newcomers off or might not be able to put it into some kind of context. Or how about some 90s vocals from TJ Davis? For me, the voice of Sega. It's a very pop-like song for sure, titled You're My Number One, but TJ's vocals are absolutely spot on. Perhaps, many people would find this a little cheesy, even if I personally don't, but still, as a song that encapsulates video games, I think it's a great choice in terms of joyous feels, and it's very 90s in that feel, very Sega in that feel, if you were ever around in that era, where they had a lot of vocals and stuff for their songs, and just got you uplifted and excited to be playing that game, and also made you really feel grounded within that era. So yeah, I think for me this would be a great choice. We could go all orchestral and boombastic with Super Mario Galaxy and Into the Galaxy theme, which just screams epic, fantastical adventure laced with magic. I think as a representation of video games, this is another fantastic possibility and is certainly up there. Or we could go 16-bit again, with the opening theme to Chrono Trigger, which itself also screams epic as it gradually builds up to this rapturous event of sounds that feel beyond the snares in its composition. This is a great track and a damn good contender for number one for me personally, as a representation of this is video games in video game form. Perhaps something more heroic, classic in high adventure, drums, trumpets, something that screams you are about to embark on a journey of swords and sorcery. The logon theme to classic World of Warcraft is about as adventurous as you can get when thinking of classic Dungeons and Dragons. And in many ways, this is how video games truly started, in the realms of magic and adventure. It's a great theme, but perhaps a little too heavy for some, a little bit too Lord of the Rings for people who aren't necessarily interested in high adventure. It's a great track, but once again, it doesn't scream enough video game to me. Very orchestral, very cinematic, but not enough video game.
Good shot, kid. I think you got him. Good shot, kid. I think you got him.
Then you have the theme song to the original Grand Theft Auto, which is also in Grand Theft Auto 3 as well. This just screams modern gaming to me. It's loud, brash, and full of modern hip-hop culture. But as cool as I think this song is, and how it encompasses a lot of modern gaming, we all know how dividing some genres of music can be, with hip-hop. can be as a genre. So using it to represent gaming to a broad audience might not be the best choice. It's a great track, but these are the types of tracks that we also hear in trailers, and we always grumble at them, because they can just feel out of place sometimes. And my last but one choice is Home Sweet Home from Beyond Good and Evil. This song I find to be simply beautiful. Its melody is delightful, humbling, and serves as a great, somewhat modern vibe to how far video games have come in the types of songs that can be produced and represent a certain title. This song can be used in many scenarios outside of gaming, I feel, and it wouldn't feel out of place. But it's because of that reason alone that I can't pick it as a number one choice for me. It's still not video gamey enough. Very storytelling, very beautiful, but doesn't have quite enough of that video game sound to it. So my final choice was already somewhat chosen before I even started thinking about other contenders. For me it wasn't a hard choice. Through the majesty and perfection that is Koji Kondo, this is the song I have chosen. For me, Jolly Roger Bay or Die Die Docks is one of those compositions that just captures magic in a bottle, captures magic in audio form, and especially video game form. Of course the nostalgia is there for me, but trying to push that aside, I thought this song captured both the essence and sound of what I feel video games are, as well as not sounding too video gamey, but video gamey enough, but also straddling the lines between a pleasant melody that doesn't offend or push anyone away, as well as making them feel relaxed, captivated, and ultimately intrigued. Intrigued enough for them to want to listen some more, as well as step into the gaming world. And what better way to do that for me, and maybe just for gaming in general, than through the house of Nintendo. Jolly Roger Bay just keeps building upon itself, adding in additional yet subtle layers and compositions while still remaining joyful, exciting, adventurous, and full of magic. And I feel this song, especially for me, when I hear it, I just think this is video gaming. Just wonder, magic, excitement, fun. So that's my choice. If you had to think of a single song that encapsulates video games as well as being able to sell video gaming to someone who has never played games before by using this one song, which song would you choose? As always, thanks for listening. I am extremely happy, grateful, and proud to have reached this little milestone on YouTube. I think overall this is the goal that I wanted to reach. I think it's a great number just to talk to people, have a great connection with your subscribers, and I have that. And many of you have been with me from the start, and even all my newcomers, you show me that my videos are worth doing, not just for myself, but also to get your feedback and just having fun. And this is what YouTube is all about. It's always about having fun and just getting across my thoughts and gaming loves. But yeah, as always, thanks for listening. Take care all, and peace.